Good morning, community. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening Canning Recipes, a little bit of everything. So we're starting seeds today. We're starting two kinds of seeds. I'm starting some of my fall plants, but I'm also going for a second harvest of squash and zucchini. So if you guys are wanting to grow more squash and zucchini, you have time, and now is the time to do it. So I've got patty pan here, I've got some yellow squash, I've got some zucchini, and I got this Everwild sweet meat melon, which I tried to grow last year. I wasn't successful, but I'm going to try it again this year. So I've got my seed trays all lined out, and I'm going to show you what we're planting. Our basils are continuing to thrive in this little high tunnel. This is the Genovese basil, delicious. This is the Thai basil, can't get enough of this, guys. And then over here we have the opal basil, and then we have the large leaf basil. And this, I think, again, is the Genovese basil. And if you want to keep them going, you need to go ahead and pinch off the heads. I need to get out here and do this. But you can see, see when I do that, it just smells so good. So our basils are continuing to thrive. So our dill sold very well as one of my little spice packets, guys. And you know that dill and cilantro usually fade out as we heat up. So I'm going to go ahead and try to start some more dill and some more cilantro. So this is dill seed that I harvested from my plants here. And we are harvesting seed like crazy this year because, you know, your seeds do much better if you're able to harvest your own seeds, as long as they're open pollinated and organic, heirloom variety. They do perfect the next year. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start some more dill and cilantro, because those were two big herbs that did very well here at my market. So I'm doing something different with our tags this year. If I put an O on here, that means it's our seed. That's Everwild, Baker Creek, Survival Seed. So I am labeling so I can see which seeds are performing well, and if ours that we harvested perform well, and I can check out our germination. We'll see how they do, guys, and I'm really hoping that by the time they're ready to transplant, probably in that little high tunnel, we're going to start cooling down, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep them cool. I may have to replant, but we're going to see. We always wet our trays down first before we start planting, because once you put some water on it, sometimes it spills over and you may lose your seeds, especially if they're smaller. And what I'm fixing to plant right now are my mustard greens, and they're pretty darn small seeds, and they are my seeds that I've harvested from this year's mustard green. And I can't tell you how good those mustard greens are, guys. First, when you take a bite of it, it tastes like a really nice flavorful green, but then you get a bite after that, and an aftertaste of a very strong, spicy horseradish, which I love horseradish. So Greg is planting pumpkins on that back acre, guys. So if you're wanting to grow some pumpkins for October and for Halloween and maybe even for November, there's a bug on me, then you want to go ahead and get your pumpkin started. He's planting, he's direct sowing, but you could also start in seed trays. After my video the other day, I tested some of my mustard green seeds. And look, guys, I'm already getting some germination on one. And we are also already getting germination on our tomato plants, seed starts. Oh, Father in heaven, please let that build and bring us some rain. We are burning up. So once you get your seeds going, guys, this right here is perfect for keeping them moist without damaging the tops of your soil and the tops of your little planting trays. Let me show you. A lot of your fall vegetables are going to have very tiny seeds. Your cauliflower, your broccoli, all your brassicas, they're going to be seeds like this. Now these are my mustard greens that I harvested, so let me get to planting this tray. Now these seed trays are up underneath our Viva canopy, and so these will get just a little bit of sun, but they'll get enough to help them germinate, and then they'll stay cool during the heat of the day. We really don't have room in the house, guys, to put them in there. And the high tunnels are just simply too hot right now. It's the opposite with our spring starts, we're able to start them in there, and then they stay warm enough and germinate better inside there. See how nice that does? That keeps it, you're not really disturbing the soil, especially for your little seeds. Next on our list is the organic all seasons cabbage. This is a 90-day turnaround, guys. So this is gonna start giving us a harvest mid-October toward the end. So we're right on time to get these started. And boy, am I dreaming of the cooler days of mid to the end of October. Let's get started. I'm gonna do a whole tray of these now, and I'll probably do another tray maybe next week so I can have some succession plants. So a whole tray is about 72 pods. And you can see, very tiny seeds. Next green that's going in are Georgia collards. I'm probably gonna do a half a tray of these. Greg's returning from pumpkin planting, and you can see he's already soaking wet. I want y'all to notice something, guys. The angle of the sun's changing, and I noticed that I was able to go out and feed my chickens around 5:30 and the sun was coming up. Well, that's changing already, but you can see some of my vegetables are exposed to the sun coming in between our tent and our pergola here. And so this time last week, those were all in the shade. So next on our list is the green sprouting Calabrese broccoli. Guys, this gets a head that's about 5 to 7 inches apart. And once you go ahead and harvest the head of the broccoli, you'll continue to get little sprouts. This is a late fall harvest, so we're gonna be right in line there. This is probably gonna be late October, 1st of November. I'm only gonna do a half a tray of these, guys, because it might be a little too early, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And I have hope and faith that they do go ahead and come to fruition without bolting. So it's 10:18 in the morning, and our heat index right now is 100 degrees already, guys. So closing all, I went and took a dive in the pool just to get cooled off. I gotta get these seeds going. Woo, we need a cool down. Next in line is gonna be the Lacinato kale, the garden blend kale, and the rainbow Swiss chard. So that's the wrap today, guys. I don't want to bore you with the same old putting in our seeds, but I did want to give you an idea of what we're starting now. We will continue on tomorrow with more of our leafy greens, like some spinaches, another different kale I think I'm going to grow. I've got another Swiss chard that I think I'm going to try. But yeah, so it's your brassica season and your leafy green season is coming up in the fall. So that's what you want to start preparing for and getting your seeds on order if you haven't already. And start your seed starts as soon as you can. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. Love you all. See you soon.